listening to this Zoom this morning was Rhonda's idea. She's like, let's do this and really start sharing with passion again about our products and our opportunity. Because I can tell you, after 19 years of being with Isagenix and 25 years in the industry of network marketing, there really is no community like Isagenix. There's no nutrition like Isagenix. What we see as far as the results that people are getting, and I see one of the gals that popped in today has just been using the products like for 6 straight days and has some really serious health concerns. And she messaged me just this morning and said, I cannot believe like I'm feeling better, or my pains, or my, not as much discomfort. And just, it's incredible, you guys. And it's because of the nutrition. Like Rhonda said, that's where it starts. But then it definitely becomes, a lifestyle. And I've got my husband Justin and I have 4 kids. They're 18, 16, 12, and 11, and they all do the nutrition every single day because it really is about wellness. So as we go through this presentation today, I'm going to share with you about the nutrition and just about this incredible opportunity that we have with Isagenix. And so at the end, we'll give you a chance to ask questions if you want to. We'll give you that time. So with Isagenix, people come to Isagenix for lots of different reasons. A lot for nutritional health, right? They want to feel better, and they want to do it a holistic route. So instead of doing traditional medicines, they'll come to Isagenix for that wellness route. The other thing, a lot of people come in for mental health, and I have some great testimonies. We have some great testimonies on the Zoom today of people that have come in for mental health and seen great results. And then we can't forget the social aspect. We have an incredible community of like-minded people who really want to help each other succeed in whatever that is in life. And I always say, you don't have to be passionate, excited about Isagenix. It doesn't have to be your dream, but use it to fulfill your dream. Use it financially, the time freedom it gives you, the money that it gives you, to be able to, do what you want to do and build your life. And then lastly, but not lastly, is the financial health, which is one of the main reasons, Rhonda, I came into Isagenix. I saw the opportunity. I have a background in finance. My degrees are in finance and business administration, but I saw this as a way I could use my degrees, but yet still live a life of freedom on my own terms. And you guys, Isagenix has definitely done that. Our company is incredible. We are in 25 different global markets, and then the United States as well. We've sold billions of dollars in products and helped, thousands and thousands of people be able to get their nutrition for free, but also be able to create legacy incomes for their families if they choose to. And so this is just a little background on who I am. These are my kids here on the left with my husband. And this is at our lake home that we have in the Ozarks. Because Isagenix has been so incredible for our family. It's been able just to provide a life that we never thought possible, where both of us can be home with our kids and just really giving us this freedom. And what I want to share with you is I want you to think for a second about whatever you're most passionate about. Like, where do you want to leave a mark? Like, what do you want to impact? If your life were to be gone tomorrow, what legacy do you want to leave? And that's what Isagenix can allow you to do. And I know you might be thinking like, wait a minute, I got on here to hear about shakes and nutrition, and we're going to share that with you. But because of the shakes and nutrition, it's the vehicle that allows you to make so many choices in your life and be able to have so much impact. So that top right is part of our youth group in our community that we can pour into. The bottom right is my kids and I in Haiti doing missions work there that we still participate in. And it's just, that's what we're passionate about. And then the photo in the center on the right is a lot of the women on our team at our headquarters in Arizona. And it's just all about giving back and pouring into other people. And the more you can serve, the greater the reward for you. Is just a side benefit. So I just want to ask you this morning, this Saturday morning, do you feel like you're living your best life? And what I mean by that is, if you were to get up on Monday, could you do what you wanted with who you wanted as much as you wanted? So it kind of comes down to 3 areas, right? Physical health. Are you at your physical health where you want to be? Financial health. Are you where you want to be? And time freedom. Do you have the choices? You might be physically fit, you might have the money, but you might be tied to a job 50 hours a week, so you don't have the time freedom. So Isagenix can impact all those areas. And we do it through nutrition, because the first most important thing is your health. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. So no matter what your area is that you're struggling with, we can provide a solution here at Isagenix. And I don't just say that off the cuff. We have the studies and the science to back that. So what I love about Isagenix is I work with a lot of individuals, but I work with a lot of doctors at this point. And what the doctors love and the medical professionals is that We have years of studies. We actually have 24 peer-reviewed human clinical studies. No other nutrition company has that. So I was actually speaking with a doctor this week on Zoom, and she said to me, do you know how rare that is for a nutrition company that's done in network marketing to actually have science behind it? And I kind of laughed. I'm like, actually, I do know how rare it is. And so, you guys, Isagenix has those studies. And we're a no compromise company. And what that means is we spend over $3 million a year on those studies, working with medical universities so that no matter what they find, they publish. And everything has been positive toward Isagenix. And it's like that because of what we do with our products. Everything, there's no artificial stimulants, colors, additives. I have had this product for 19 years. You saw in that photo there, my oldest son is 18. So through all 4 pregnancies, I use the nutrition. And then literally little tiny babies, they were drinking shakes. And people were like, that's kind of crazy. But because the reason why is our shakes are so nutrient dense. And so I'm going to talk to you about the shakes and what you actually get in our 30-day reset and how that works. So this 30-day reset is what we've studied over and over again for the past 23 years, what all the clinical studies have been based around. And I'm going to break this down for you and really show you why you need this nutrition system. So with our system, it's 3 elements. You're going to get the protein you need, right? The dense protein. We're going to help you detox your body through nutritional fasting. And what that does together is it improves your cellular health. And everything is about cellular health, you guys, because it's go in, if we can fix your cells as they divide every second. Right now, as you're hearing my voice, your cells are dividing and they're either replicating healthy cells or sick cells. And so we want you to be as healthy as you can be, right? So with Isagenix, you guys, we have these research studies you can see on the right. So Skidmore College, they did a study and it showed us against the Heart Healthy diet. Now we use the Heart Healthy diet because that is the most common diet that like your doctor would put you on. It's a Mediterranean style diet and it's Isagenix versus the number 1 diet in the country based upon what the doctor would say. And with Isagenix, people lost 20% more fat. They were able to build and maintain 9% more lean muscle mass. And then this is so important, their cardiovascular health markers improved. And so it's not just about losing weight. I want you to really take that out of your brain and wash it off. Because people hear Isagenix like, oh, it's weight loss. It is fat loss, building lean muscle, and improving all your cardiovascular markers at the same time. It also decreases your visceral fat. And I'm going to show you guys just a few of the studies that have been done as soon as we go through these key elements of the 30-day reset. So the first is a shake. You guys, our shakes are amazing. 242 nutrients, 24 vitamins and minerals sourced from whole organic foods. So it's the only shake on the market where the vitamins and minerals are sourced from foods, not a synthetic. So it's super important to know that. The absorption rate is over 90%. You're going to drink the shakes. You're going to feel amazing. You're going to feel satiated, so you're not hungry. And these are less than $4 a meal for the shakes. So super great as far as the shakes are concerned. My kids, like I said, have taken them since they were little. I remember my son being like a year old drinking a shake and people are like, really? And I'm like, but you're giving your kid, certain brands of baby food that don't have the nutrients in them, just so many things. And this allows you to be able, hold on one second, you guys, I'm going to mute all the lines. There we go. Oh, we don't have any background noise. That's better. Okay. But yeah, so I gave him the shakes. And then, as he was like 4 years old, 5 years old, other parents like, he's still drinking those shakes. And I was like, yes, you're giving your kids, cereal and orange juice for breakfast, which has so much sugar. And my kids drinking a shake. And so even now before school every day, you guys, I make shakes for all of them. And then they, choose other things too for breakfast, but the shake is their drink so that they're getting that dense nutrition. Okay, and then our second element is our cleanse for life. This really sets Isagenix apart. Our cleanse goes into the body. It's a natural aloe-based cleanse, so it's able to detox the body at the cellular level. And the results that we get from our detox are incredible. You can see them on the right-hand side. These are the findings after 12 weeks. And so the load of what we call oxidative stress on the body, you can see decreases by 25%. That is phenomenal. When you see these statistics, that you can understand that just by using our cleanse 1 day a week, you can decrease your stress in the body by 25%. And you can see all the other statistics there, such as visceral fat. and overall, released fat from your body. It's just incredible with the reset. Now, this is my favorite product in the company. We all have our favorites, but this is the Ionic Supreme. It has 100 minerals in every single ounce. It's a liquid mineral you're going to drink every morning. We do have a powdered form, but the liquid mineral, you drink that, goes into your body. It decreases inflammation in your gut. And you guys, your gut is your second brain. So literally, like there's a book called The Gut Brain Connection, and it talks about if we can heal the gut, we can heal the brain. And so many people, battle daily issues with, lots of different mental health issues. And if we can just fix your gut, we know we can help you in that area as well. So this is, like I said, my favorite product. I call it my mom juice. I have a couple ounces a day, and it really helps me just to feel my best. So this is our latest clinical study that proves what I'm telling you. This was released in May of 2024 by Nature Communications, which is a high-level medical journal, and it talks about the gut microbiome, and that when you utilize our 30-day reset, it literally has the ability to reprogram and remodel the microbiome of your gut, which your gut is your body's brain, second brain. It controls so many things. So with Isagenix, we do not claim to heal, cure, treat, prevent any illness or disease. But I can tell you from 19 years of doing this and helping thousands of people that when you put in the right things, your body can heal itself. Isagenix isn't doing it. Your body can heal itself. And we've seen that. And I see so many faces on this Zoom this morning that are testimonies of that. So one big thing on the market right now, right, is GLP-1s. And so I want you to see the very first column and the third column. The third column is our Isagenix 30-day reset, done for 12 weeks with no physical activity. I really want you to see that as well. Now, we encourage physical activity, but I want you to see with no physical activity versus the GLP-1 on the left, and that's with 150 minutes of physical activity. So like 5 days a week, 30 minutes a day. So you look down, sorry about that. So you look down here and you see the person lost, 30 pounds with the GLP-1, 25 pounds, but only in 12 weeks with Isagenix. And then you look at the fat loss, 18 pounds versus 21, more fat lost with Isagenix. Lean body mass, you only lost 4 pounds of muscle when you lost that weight with Isagenix, but you lost 12 pounds of muscle with a GLP-1. And you guys, same calorie intake, everything, and more visceral fat loss with Isagenix. And I want you to see these studies. These are what the Skidmore study found. This is using Isagenix for 12 weeks. People were able to lose an average of 25.2 pounds of body weight. 22 pounds of that was fat mass, and they were able to build and maintain 9% lean muscle mass. So, if you're listening, you're like, I don't really need it for weight loss. That's okay. We encourage everyone to start with a 30-day reset, and here's why. It addresses visceral fat, your glucose, and your insulin. So, there's a term skinny fat, right? You might look really lean, but you actually aren't, lifting weights, working out, doing all those things. It's just like how you are hereditary. And so with this, what we see is that everybody needs to do a 30-day reset, because look at that number, 33% reduction, you guys, in 12 weeks. That's wild. I actually sent this to a friend whose son is a diabetic, and I was like, he's young, he's only 15, and I'm like, look at the difference in insulin. By using the 30-day reset, he needs to be utilizing this nutrition. It's for everyone. And then you can see here, your blood pressure on average went down 9%. Arterial stiffness went down 9%, and your vessel elasticity, which is all the vessels in your heart, right? We want them to be elastic to be able to pump and do all the things we need them to do, expand and contract, went up by 14% in just 12 weeks. And then lastly, but I love this, it's like my favorite, is what we can prove what it's doing to the toxins in the body. Guys, I live on a farm in a rural community, and everybody around me farms. And I can tell you what you have in your foods, what you're breathing in your air, what you think you're getting and what you're drinking is probably not what you think, even if you're doing the organic route. And so we need to be detoxifying our body. And yes, we have an incredible immune system. We have an incredible liver that'll do that, but it's overloaded. And so we need help, and Isagenix provides that. You can see here, 33% reduction, or 33% more toxins were released into the bloodstream, which means they can be removed from the body. Then you have 25% less cell damage and inflammation. And then lastly, your immune system is boosted by over 5% in just 12 weeks. So it really is about feeding your body the right quality nutrients. and detoxifying. And so speaking of detoxifying, our NAD does just that. This helps the cellular level to detoxify the body. And I can tell you that this is my husband's probably favorite product in the company. He loves it. The energy that he feels when he takes this, that recharge NAD goes right to the mitochondria, and it helps your body to produce energy. It helps your body to do everything easier, digestion, respiration, just all the things. And so you do 2 of these every single morning. You'll feel such a difference by using the Recharge NAD. And a lot of people at this point, you guys are going in and doing IV therapy, getting nutrition through an IV. This is that in a pill form. So instead of having to go in and get hooked up, just take 2 of these a day. You're going to get the same immune boost, the same energy boost, and the same detoxification you would at a clinic. And then our daily essentials. I feel like everybody should be taking these. I can tell a major difference if I forget a day. We have a women's pack and a men's pack. They have tailored for men and women's. Like the women's has more calcium for bone density. The men's has more zinc to help with prostate cancer prevention. It's got your omegas in it, omega 3, 3, 6, and 9, but it also has omega 5, which most don't, but it's really important for our bodies. Helps with cardiovascular health. You get your coenzyme Q10, your resveratrol, which is a grapeseed extract. All these things just help your body to perform the way it's meant to. And, people always say to me, like, do I need to take vitamins? Yes, our foods are so depleted compared to where we were in 1970. Like, you guys, it's unreal. If you're not taking vitamins, you have to give your body a fighting chance. And that means we have to supplement with vitamins, with minerals, with giving our body dense protein, all those things. And so another way we can supplement is through our greens. The American Heart Association and the American Cancer Association both say you need at least 7 servings of greens a day. Now, I don't know anybody who gets 7 servings of leafy greens a day. So with our greens, you put 1 scoop in, and it's equivalent to 2 servings of vegetables. So like my husband is a meat and potatoes guy. So he makes a chocolate shake, same shake every morning, 19 years, very routine. And this is what he puts in it. So he's getting his greens through his shake. And it's great. You can add it into lots of other things as well, but it's packed with great antioxidants, which help your body fight off free radicals, which are the cancer-forming agents, the disease-forming agents. You want to be utilizing your greens every day. And then this has become one of my favorite products. It's incredible. This is our Hydrate. I'm super excited about this. Our Hydrate gives us over 1,625 milligrams of electrolytes. It's got your sodium through pink Himalayan sea salt. It's just incredible. So every day, you can see mine right here. It's my Hydrate. I get up in the morning and I take my Hydrate just in water. And I'm telling you that if you're drinking coffee in the morning, you need to start drinking electrolytes first thing in the morning, especially as a female. I'll be 47, and I can tell you guys, as you're going through perimenopause, menopause, electrolytes make a huge difference, in how you feel. So you can see it compared to all these other products on the market, just incredible results that we're seeing. And then with natural beauty, we have a whole line of natural beauty that has come out, and the results that people are getting are incredible. So I want to share a little bit about those. First of all, we have our collagen. Our collagen elixir is incredible. It's a marine collagen, so very similar to the DNA of our bodies. That's why the results that people have are so quick and so powerful. It's bottled in 0.15 seconds, so you get the full potency of the collagen. It tastes like white grape juice, you guys. It tastes amazing. You can see the results here for hair, skin, and nails. But one thing that I really love to share with people about is if you have joint discomfort, if you struggle with, like my husband's had knee surgery, shoulder surgery, he started using the collagen, and we haven't found anything in 19 years that has worked for him like this has. My sister-in-law is a physical therapist. Same thing. She loves this product and what they've seen. So if that's something you struggle with, I really encourage you to try this. It will make a great difference for you. All right, and then we have our hair revival. Hair revival is awesome, you guys. It was in a clinical study with the #1 hair supplement in the country, and it outperformed that supplement by 20%. So you can see the results here. We have whoever invited you to listen today, ask them. There's a digital file for collagen and hair revival that shows hundreds of results that people have had. But the hair revival has been great. The very, very first month, it reduces the loss of hair by 34%. In the second month, it increases the thickness of the diameter of the hair shaft by 37%. So that's just incredible. And then we have our skincare. And here's the thing, your skin's your largest organ. So if you're trying to get all this stuff out with our detox and doing all those things, put good things on your skin. You guys, your skin, I always say what you put in shows on the skin, and it does. And then what you're putting on your skin. So we love this. We have our cleanser, our advanced youth serum, and our restorative eye treatment. Those two elements have 5 growth factors in them. It's called a biofirm complex. So it's awesome. It helps your body produce its own peptides, its own elasticity. And then our last is our firming cashmere cream, which I love. It's like butter for your face. It's so amazing. I love it because I was always dry and like we would ski in Colorado and I'd always have to use like Aquaphor. Now I can just use my cashmere cream. You put it on morning and night. You guys, when you put it on at night, you get up in the morning and your face still feels hydrated. It's just amazing. So you will love the cashmere cream. Just another one of our great things you can try. And then we have this incredible women's health product that came out earlier this year. And the results that people are having, you can see on the right, but they have been amazing. It has outperformed by 175% what the company thought it would do. There is no hormone in it. So if you're using like an HRT, you can keep doing that. But what this does is everything you see here. The hot flashes are reduced, sleep is better, mood is better, stress is better. If you have someone in your life who's young, who's not going through perimenopause and menopause, but with their cycles every month, they struggle, with different pain. This has made a huge difference for so many women as they're going through their menstrual cycle to decrease that. So just so many benefits of Harmonia. And we have 2 other new products, you guys, that are in this slide deck, and I'm realizing I don't know where they are because they didn't pop up here, but I want to tell you about them. So the first is creatine. Now listen, every woman needs creatine. Creatine, every man too, but the creatine is amazing. Our creatine is a monohydrate, so it's only creatine, and it's a micronized unit. That means it's a really small unit, so you can literally put your creatine in your water. You can put it anywhere you want and it dissolves. And I have a gal that just got started about a month and a half ago with the creatine. It's her husband, they have 2 sons. And she's like, I cannot believe I can put it in anything and it just dissolves perfectly. So they're all using the creatine, teenage sons. She's in her 40s and her husband is as well. You guys, here's why women need creatine. It's not just for your bone density. It's not just for, building lean muscle. You will not get bulky on 5 grams of creatine a day, but it's for brain and cognitive function. There are over 200 studies that show that creatine helps prevent early onset Alzheimer's and dementia. So every woman needs creatine, okay? Our second product that I want to tell you about is Clear Protein. Our Clear Protein is phenomenal. It is a tropical flavor. It's got 20 grams of protein. You just put 2 scoops right into your water. It mixes, it looks just like this, just a clear energy drink. It's got 5 electrolytes. It's phenomenal. It tastes amazing. And so I'm using that every day because if you're listening to my voice, you need at least 100 grams of protein. Doesn't matter who you are. Female, male, 100 grams minimum. And really what you want to have is 1 gram of protein per your ideal body weight. So if you're like, my ideal body weight's 150 pounds, you want 150 grams of protein a day. So people are like, how in the world can you get that? The Clear Protein has been like a godsend. I put 2 scoops in my water, sometimes 3 scoops. I get 30 grams of protein and you could just drink it. Like I drank that, yesterday it was a really hot day here, 92 degrees and high humidity. And I drank that mixed with my hydrate. So it's an easy way to get your protein. So with all that being said, you guys, there's lots of things you can get started with. And whoever invited you to hear this, I want you to talk to them because our goal here at Isagenix is not just to say, hey, Rhonda, you need this pack. Tiffany, you need the same pack. Emmylou, you need the exact same pack. No. Our goal here is to find customized nutrition. So for me to say to Gwen, tell me your health concerns, and I will help you get a solution for your concern. So I'm going to show you our best-selling systems, which we encourage people to get started with because we want you to have optimal results. And what I mean by that is, Rhonda is in Minnesota and I'm in Nebraska. If we both baked a brownie mix and we followed the exact instructions, we would expect to get the same thing. But if Rhonda said, well, I don't want to use eggs, I'm going to use applesauce, like it's going to taste different. You're not going to get the same result. So that's why I really encourage you, even if you heard all this and you're like, I really want to order Clear Protein and I want to order, collagen. Great. I still encourage you to start with a 30-day reset, because when you detoxify your body and you get all the junk out, it allows your body to absorb and utilize the other nutrition better. So here's our 30-day reset. We talked about it already. We've shown you the clinical studies. This replaces 64 of your meals for the month. So I want you to think in your mind right now as you're listening, what do I pay for an average meal? Is it 10 bucks? Is it 15 bucks? Sometimes you eat at home, sometimes you eat out. Let's think about 10 bucks for easy math. If you're currently buying those 64 meals, that's $640. Guys, with Isagenix, it's only $330 to get started with a 30-day reset. And right now, our systems are 20% off today and tomorrow. We've got a few more days where you can get that 20% off. So again, just ask whoever invited you and they can share with you that. So that drops the price down to $264. So it's really great if you want to get started, and there's no better time than now. And so our next system, you guys, is that 30-day reset, but you also get a box of our e-shots, which are for energy. They're amazing. 85 milligrams of naturally sourced caffeine. You get a box of our bars, 18 grams of protein. Easy way, if you don't want to shake, you can switch out for a bar. Our protein crackers, just so many amazing things. This one replaces the same 64 meals. So remember, 10 bucks, you're spending $640 currently, and this one's only $405. So again, you're saving money, saving over $200, but getting all this nutrition, and you're going to feel great. And then lastly, this is our value pack. This is what I got started with because I wanted to try it all. I wanted to feel great. And you guys, when I started Isagenix 19 years ago, my health was fine. I was taking no medications. I felt great. But I couldn't believe by the fourth day, it felt like a light switch went on. Like I was like, whoa, I can feel this good. And I'll tell you this, like I use everything you see here on your screen. I'm going to be 47. I feel great. I ski with my kids. I do all the things. I was just sharing it before we started. I took my 16-year-old daughter last night and her girlfriends to a music concert. Like I do all the things, and I talk to so many women who are going through perimenopause and menopause, and they don't feel like I feel. They feel sluggish and run down and not like themselves, and brain fog and hot flashes and all the things. And I don't have that, and I can tell you it's because I use this system. I use everything you see on here, and you want to feel well, right? And so even this system right here is less than if you were spending the 64 meals, right, at $10 a meal, that's $640. This is $629. So all of our systems are less than your current spend. Now, this is what I love to show because I want you to understand that it's not new money. We're going to take money you're spending at your grocery store or Walmart. We're going to put it here in Isagenix. So follow me here. Those 64 meals, right? You're spending 10 bucks. So your current spend is $640. So with our 30-day reset, you can look at the other systems too, the premium or the value, but I'm just using the 30-day in this example. That is $330. So we're going to help you to save $310 just by switching your nutrition to Isagenix. Now, this is what I saw, you guys, that I think is just like magic. So I want to ask you, where do you buy your groceries? So just think about in your mind, where do you buy your groceries? And if I were to say to you, hey, Rhonda, if you walked into Whole Foods or Walmart, wherever you shop, and you bought your groceries there today, and they said to you, hey, if you bring 2 friends into our grocery store in the next month, we're going to give you half to all of your grocery money back, what would you do? What would you do? You would go get 2 people from the parking lot, right? You'd call your mom and your sister or your husband and say, get down here, buy your groceries. I want my grocery money back. Because that's how Isagenix works. So my first 2 people that I shared with were my mom and my husband, Justin, because I wanted them to feel amazing. I wanted them to have energy and have vitality. So what happens is when I shared with my mom, the company said, thanks for doing that. And they gave me 20% for referring my mom to Isagenix. So that was $66. And then I referred my husband to Isagenix on that 30-day reset. And they gave me another $66. Well, what's so cool is when you refer 2 people, they give you a $50 bonus as well. So now I had made back $182. And so you can see that is over half of the initial investment I put in, right? So I want you to think today's Saturday, you run to your grocery store, you buy $300 worth of groceries, which if you have a family of 6, you're not spending $300. You're spending a lot more than that. But you're buying your groceries and you have a way to get it half price. That's what I saw when I started Isagenix. Incredible nutrition and a way to get it paid for. Okay? And then when I helped my mom to share with just a couple people, the company paid her grocery money back, and I got $100. Anytime somebody I shared with 2 people, the company gave me $100. And so right away, I'd made back $382. So I made all my money back within my first couple days. I had done this within the first like 6 days of utilizing Isagenix. And so I didn't pay for my groceries the first month. The company paid me. And if you do this in your first 60 days, they give you a $250 bonus. So you guys, it's $632. So that's enough money to pay for the biggest system, or it's enough to pay for your nutrition for 2 months, or it's enough to pay for your nutrition for a month and go get your kids back to school supplies, or go pay part of your car payment, or take your mom on a trip, like whatever you want to do with it. Because, and when I saw this, that's the freedom I saw with Isagenix. And I want you to see this, and I want you to listen to this next part with an open mind. And you might be thinking like, hey, I got on here because Rhonda told me to come listen about the shakes, or whoever invited you. But here, just do this for me because this is life-changing information. 19 years ago, I heard this and I took a hold of what I was shared, and our life is totally different because of that, and the lives of thousands of people. So I shared with my mom and Justin. As soon as you share with just 2 people, you're eligible to start making 6% on every order that comes in below you, regardless of the depth. So you guys, I live in this little farming community. It's called the Village of Rulo. There's less than 300 people, but I can still build this legacy business for my family. And I call it a legacy because it's willable. So everything that I earn in Isagenix, we get paid every Monday. If something were to happen to me, it's willed to my husband and my kids, which that's amazing. I don't know if your job does that. Like if you were to pass away, would they keep paying your family? That's incredible. And this is what I saw. I could share, I could use this nutrition that works. You saw the medical studies, you know it works. And I could start getting compensated for that. By helping people with their health, the company would pay me. I mean, there's no better deal. And so this is how it works, and it just keeps growing. And it doesn't matter if you follow like that little red line there. You tell somebody who tells somebody who tells somebody, and 8 people down, they tell, Joe Smith, and Joe goes out and tells 1,000 people. You get compensated on all of his people. Like you need to let that sink in. You need to understand how that works. And so, and we will, if you're interested in this, we do training calls 5 times a week, 4 mornings, 1 evening. We do so much stuff to help you if you choose to do that. But this is what I saw, you guys. And so my mom was an elementary principal. My dad is still a farmer. He'll farm forever. But he works literally 70, 80 hours a week as a farmer. And so do my brothers. And so this is what I saw. My dad said to me, like, why would you want to do this? Like, you have a degree, you have an incredible corporate career. And I said, I don't want to trade time for money. I want to get up on a Tuesday morning. And if I want to go to the park with my kids on a Tuesday morning, that's what I want to do. Or if on Friday, I only want to do 1 call and I want to take my daughter out of school early and go shopping on a Friday afternoon with my mom, that's what I want to do. Like, I want to live my life and not wait till I'm 60 or 65 to retire to start living my life. And you guys, that's why I was so passionate about this. Like, I want you, if you're hearing my voice, to feel well, to have time freedom and financial freedom. And this company can do that for you. And this is what happens. I work 10 hours a week. I really do a lot more than that because I love it. And I'm so passionate about it. But I want to help you to have the same freedom. And I want you to see this because this is what I saw that set my mind free. Imagine I tell 2 people, my mom and my husband, and I teach them to tell 2 people. My mom told a few people, my husband told a couple people, or I actually told people for my husband. So you don't have to have people who see the vision you see, right? But this is what I saw. And everybody just shares with 2 people, not a million. They share with their sister, their husband, a coworker, somebody from church. They share with 2 people. What happens is 13 levels deep, you are now getting paid on 8,192 people. Now, how many did you tell? In this perfect example, you told 2, right? And how many people are you getting paid for? 8,192 people. So follow this. Now, I remember seeing this and I thought, this is a perfect world, and we don't live in a perfect world, right? But in this example, I just want you to see this. So if all 8,192 people are ordering their Isagenix every month, and this is a really low figure, 120 volume is just kind of based upon like how we calculate the product. I used everything, my kids, my husband, we do like over 1,000 easy a month in volume. But this is just this example. If they're all just ordering the minimum, this is what your income can be with Isagenix annually. Now, I saw that and I was like, yeah, right. People are going to send stuff back. Not everybody's going to order. Not everybody's going to tell 2. Like, my brain that's usually super positive was like, oh, that can't be. And then the guy who was doing the training 19 years ago said, What if you only have 10% success? What if you fail 90% of the time? You'd still make $70,900 a year for your family. And I remember sitting literally in the back row of this room listening to this, and I was like, get out of my way. Because you guys, what I saw was a way that I could teach other women like me who I longed to have a family back then, and I wanted to have children. And I thought, how can I be a mom and work my corporate job, which was like 60 plus hours a week? And this, when I saw this, I thought, this is how. And you don't have to be a mom who wants to be home with their kids. You can be, a guy who wants to travel more. You can be a young entrepreneur who wants to see the world, or, pay for your college in cash, or whatever it is. But this is a vehicle that allows you to do that. Now, is it work? Yes, it's called network marketing, but it's amazing, you guys. Where else can you get an opportunity like this? And I want you to see this. This is where we are, and this is where we're going. Every one of these areas, Isagenix addresses wellness, beauty, biohacking, and vitamins. And look where we're going by 2033. I mean, if somebody told you, hey, invest in Apple right now, it's only 10 cents, and you did it, look where you could go. This is what we're showing you. This is the possibility of Isagenix and where we're going. And so our team has this fun mentality called the pinata mentality. And what it simply means is when one wins, we all win. We celebrate each other. We're a community of like-minded people who want to make a difference for people in their health and in their finances. And so if you're hearing this today and anything that I said, aligned with you, please get back to whoever invited you to be on, because we are really excited for you to learn more about Isagenix and to help you get started today. Thanks again for joining us.